make chocolate chip cookies with me. So for this you're going to need 125 grams of butter, 175 grams of sugar, 1 egg, vanilla teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, plain flour which you will need 285 grams, and then 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of bicarb powder, 100 grams of chocolate, and then half teaspoon of salt. So let's go. Right guys, so I've just measured out all my ingredients. So the first step is you've got your sugar and butter and you're going to mix them together. So put this in the bowl and then put our butter in the bowl. I'm just using a spatula for this. Now I'm going to beat that all together. I'll be back once I've beaten this together, guys. But when it's done, you've got to do it until it's soft and creamy. So I'll be back. So this is what yours should look like. It looks soft and creamy. So next step is I'm just going to add my egg in there. And then I'm just going to pour in my vanilla because I don't have a lot left. And remember, you need 1 tablespoon of that. 1 teaspoon, sorry. And then you're going to beat that up all together. I'll be back. Right guys, so as you can see, this is what it should look like. And it's a bit wetter than before. But now we're going to add our flour, and you've got to have 285 of that grams. And then I've weighed out my bicarb, my baking powder and my salt. So I'm going to add that in. And then we're going to add the flour in. Now we're going to beat that together again. You've got to be careful though at the start, so that if you mix too fast at the start, the flour will just go everywhere. So you're going to beat it in until it looks like what it was before you put this flour and that in. So I'll be back once I've mixed this in. So guys, this is what your dough should look like. Next thing is to add your chocolate chips, or if you're like me and didn't have chocolate chips, then you can just cut chocolate up. That's roughly about the size now. And I'm just going to add these in. And then mix it in. I'm going to put my hands in. So you're just going to put your hands in and then squish it into the chocolate chips. That's what mine's looking like. And then the next step is get tins and line your tins. And then we're going to portion this up. So I'll be back. So I'm back with my portions, and I've decided to do 12 because I'm going to do 8 normal cookies, and then I'm going to do 2 cookie sandwiches, but I'll show you how to do that later in the video. So you're going to roll them up just as so, and then you're going to evenly space them out on the tray. So I'm going to do 3 in a row probably on my tray. And then once I've evenly done mine out, we're going to put them in the freezer for half an hour, and then because when you don't put them in the freezer, they go to flat cookies instead of big, thick cookies. So when you put them in the freezer, it just makes them go big and thick, and then you would put them in the oven from frozen. So I'll be back once I finish rolling these up. So I've just portioned mine out on one tray for now. So you're going to put them in the freezer for half an hour. So yeah, I'll be back once I've put them in the freezer. Bye guys. So I took them out of the freezer and they're hard. We split them into 2 trays so they've got enough room to grow, like when they grow in the oven. And then we're going to put them in the oven on 160 for 14 minutes and then they'll be big. So we'll see you when they've gone in the oven. So we're back with the cookies that just came out the oven. And so what you can do is, if you've got like a circle cookie cutter thing, and if it fits around it, it just gives them a little shape. You've got to do it while they're hot though to make sure they're in shape. So you just put it round and do that. So I'm just going to do it on every cookie. Because when you do it, like, it stops them from sticking to the bottom and keeps them round. I'm going to do this one again. So they are now perfect. So we're going to get this and then shimmy them on and then put them on the rack thing, cooling rack, just to cool down a bit. See if they'll fit on. I'll be back once I finish this. Right guys, so that is me now all done. So can you remember how I said that I was going to turn 2 into cookie sandwiches? So I've got in my piping bag vanilla buttercream with a simple star nozzle. So I'm going to get both of these when they've cooled down, because they're still boiling. So I'll be back once they've cooled down. Hey guys, so our cookies have been left for 15 minutes to cool. So I'm going to turn one of them into a cookie sandwich. So you're going to need your icing stuff, and you start on the inside, and then you swirl round. Like that, and then you're going to get another cookie that looks the same size, and you're going to put it on. It's a cookie sandwich. So I'm going to do a couple more of them, I think. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to get a cookie. Squeeze this top part down a bit. Twist the top. And then again from the inside, right to the outside. And then we're going to get one roughly about the same size. And then there's another. That's those cookie sandwiches I'm doing, but yeah, that's how to make the cookies.